The balance is just being intentional. Monday is always, we don't rest on weekends. So Monday is always my family day and the day I spend with my family. And so it's just being intentional. Time is created. We are all busy. One of the wisdoms I got when I was beginning ministry is that the church is called the bride of Christ. So you cannot be too busy with someone else's pride, whereas your own pride is lonely. So you need to take care of your own pride. Kanisa ni bibi ya Yesu. So lazima ushughulikie bibi yako.
My personal take on mentorship in marriage is that it's always good to have people who've gone ahead of us, people who you can look up to, and get a few wisdoms here and there. There are mistakes you may do in marriage. There are things that may be common in marriage. So when you have people ahead of you and people that you engage with, interact with, you're able to avoid maybe possibly mistakes they did in their own marriages, because marriage is quite broad. There's the social, there's the economic, so you get to learn a lot from people who've gone ahead. And even as you learn a lot from them who have gone ahead, like our parents, our fathers, our parents in the faith, our own relatives, then even for those who will come be after us, we are also able to share a few wisdoms here and there. So I believe it's sort of like there are those holding us up, and even as we are also holding others who are coming along the way. So there's a balance.
Yeah, marriage is the only institution where you're given a certificate before you learn. So it's a very technical area. We give you a marriage certificate, then you get married. So ideally, there's nothing new under the face of the earth. There are people who've gone through it, but what we also appreciate, there is no perfect marriage, and marriages are as dynamic as destiny. So the place of mentorship is just to learn the basic foundational elements that help in terms of a successful marriage. Knowingly or unknowingly, anyone that is in marriage, you mentor people, being in the limelight and doing whatever we do. Knowingly or unknowingly, we know we mentor people. One of the things we've done, we've not tried to I think we just live our lives. Even in church, my wife does not sit in this big seat separated for dad and mom. We just sit on kawaida seats. We are ordinary people. We've not tried to create a marriage that does not exist. We are ordinary people. The way you see us, that's how we are. Is we don't have anyone. We don't have the us on the limelight and the us behind the doors. We are just who we are. And for us, we always say that is the best mentorship. Observe our lives. No exaggeration, not light camera action. And whatever you learn that works for you will be a blessing. And we have guys that we look up to. Yeah.
I feel that what people need to look into before getting married or before settling together, especially Christians, I think I'll talk from a perspective of Christianity, is first your individual relationship with Jesus Christ. That's very key, because I think at times you feel like there's a space that needs to be filled by somebody, which actually my husband cannot fill the space that I have with God. I have to have that individual relationship with Jesus Christ. I must constantly pursue that relationship with Jesus Christ, even as this other person is coming, that I am a whole person in terms of my relationship with Jesus Christ, that I am already founded. I am not waiting for somebody to come and fill in gaps and spaces in my life. So I would encourage somebody out there that, first find your position, find your place, find your relationship in Jesus Christ. Then the rest will follow. Because if you follow Jesus Christ is love. You will know how to love. And all those other things will just fall into place.
That was true. For anyone wanting to get married, she has said everything on the spiritual side. I say, don't go to marriage with expectations. it is the unmet expectations sometimes that turn out to be hurtings and violence. What do I mean? Have your non-negotiables when you want to get married. You know, I'm looking for this. The most important thing is, if you're a believer, of course, salvation is very key, but values are also very important. You might get a person who's born again but does not have the values. So make sure the non-negotiables are there. But when you get in that house, let there be no expectations. Simple, you know, don't expect her to cook like your mother. You didn't marry a hotel. Don't expect her to do laundry and all these things. You need to go with an open mind. Because I remember, like, when we got married, my wife was working, I was not working. So I was the one cooking dinner and doing all that. It may look like a women's job, but that's how society has made it look like. And so if my expectation was she ought to cook because I'm the man of the house, I'll be staying hungry. So we are in this is teamwork. So yeah, she'll be overwhelmed. So this is teamwork, and it takes a team to work together for the team to work. So no expectation. Ingia tu mwanze kuunda future yenu pamoja na mseme this is us, this is how it defines us and all that.